I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this to you, Meta AI. Nobody wants you. And Meta has been creeping artificial intelligence onto its page for a little while now. And maybe you've seen it. It's that weird icon next to the search bar there to remind you that whatever you're looking for, it better not be some obscure sound or post, because you won't be able to find it. And I just feel like the AI doesn't really make sense. I'm not there to make a camping list. I'm there to mindlessly scroll for hours, come up to a post that may be useful, and then save it. And then I never look at it again. And on a more sincere note, I do see how some forms of AI could be useful. But that's not what we're here for. Starting June 26, 2024, Meta will start using images and their respective captions to train their generative text and image AIs. And artists on Instagram were already upset that Instagram is prioritizing Reels over photo images. Now with this new policy, many plan to leave Instagram altogether. But I was curious, and I kinda also needed an excuse to start this YouTube channel. So I read into their privacy policy more. First off, it's kind of hard to find this policy. I had to go to About, then Privacy Policy, and then click Other Policies and Articles, specifically reading how Meta uses information for generative AI models and features. Meta acknowledges the fact that generative AI will be trained on images and related text. This honestly does make sense for AI. It has to be trained off of pre-existing data. They also intend to use, quote, information that is publicly available online in licensed information. This includes Meta's products and services. And at first I was like, what's that? Are they selling stuff? No. This includes, quote, posts or photos and their captions. This is also seemingly confirmed in the what information we collect section of their privacy policy. This does not include private messages though. But like I said before, this includes posts and their respective captions. By making an account on Instagram and agreeing to their privacy policy, users are agreeing to the aforementioned policy that will be rolled out June 26, 2024. And yeah, I did agree to have an account on Instagram, clearly. But the subjects I'm depicting did not agree for their likeness to be used outside of my art. Like, for example, one of my pieces depicts my mom. She didn't consent to that. What are we gonna do then? And this seems to go beyond artists. Based on how general that description was, this can also include posts of just your life that you posted on Instagram. And this spooked the art community first. And many people, as a result, have been leaving Instagram and going to other websites and apps that have promised to not allow AI images on their platforms. This leaves me into a little side tangent about one of these apps, arguably the most popular one, Cara, and their little drama that they had with AI themselves. Following this announcement on Instagram, AI was gaining tens of thousands of followers daily. And of course, their app had constant updates to keep up with this and remain scalable. However, at the same time, there was rumors going around that Cara itself is training AI. The implication was that Cara was kind of doing something similar to Meta AI. And I looked into this as well. Cara does appear to have a contract with Hive, a company that provides information moderation, creation, and identification services. This does include an AI image generator as one of their models, but they also have a model that is trained to identify AI images in text, which is the model that Cara likely uses. That's the model they also seem to refer to in the response that they posted on their own site just a few days ago. And on a genuine note, I hope we know that companies can provide several services. This idea completely goes against Cara's bottom line entirely. They're very much against AI, and they continue doing that in their contracts and just how they function as an app. I do admit this points to a bigger truth. AI image generation is here to stay, and the means to collect this data isn't pretty. It's the work of artists and regular people all over the world unintentionally fueling this machine. But what are the solutions, though? Are there any? As for myself, I'm staying on Instagram. I'm looking into softwares like Glaze that should hopefully make it so that AI image generation models cannot swipe my artwork. You can opt out of this new policy. If you scroll down in how Meta uses information for generative AI models and features, there is a link that you can use to report your data and opt out. However, you need to show a screenshot proving your personal information made it in a generated image or text, and you would have to wait until that request is processed, which makes it more difficult. I'm also on Cara, where I'll be posting both newer and older content until it catches up to my Instagram. But even as apps like Cara do exist, it means starting over. It means going back to square one and rebuilding those connections, rebuilding that list of hundreds of artists that you follow, and rebuilding your own personal community. And for some small and growing artists like myself, that's really difficult. So I understand why some people intend to stay. And that's why there's no single solution to all of this. I end with a corny, but probably best thing to say is to go with your gut. I can't really tell you how to go about your content and what you put out there, but I gave you the information I could find in regards to this new policy being rolled out on Instagram. But I do admit, this is continuing a terrible precedent in terms of what social media is willing to use when it comes to their own users. But that's all I can say for now. Bye. So this was my first post on YouTube. Hi, I'm Kai, the artist behind Kai Not Kia Arts. That's the name of my respective Instagram and Cara as well. I hope to continue making content more related to my art journey, but every now and then I'll definitely try to do some research deep dives into what's happening in the art community or just other things that I'm passionate about going on the internet. It'll probably won't be frequent posting, but this is just a start. Hope to see you guys soon.